Okay, yeah, we're back now. I don't know what happened, man. I was gonna say Murdoch, you're a beast, and I know enough Russian to know that that was. I know I heard Suka. I think I heard Suka Balat, but HG got one for us, man. Fucking love you, Murdoch. Murdoch's been here from the beginning. I think Murdoch's been with the block since we first started, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what you know about that? Yeah, this is classic, baby. I bet he did love this shit, man. This classic hip hop, man. Come on, man. This song was huge. What's going on with Russian women? Am I tripping? Or is this mostly Russian women? What's going on in Russia with the women, bro? Oh, the little baby. Watch out for the baby. Wow. Oh, shit. I paused it at the perfect time because they got fucked up. Look out weekend, cause weekend's fun. It's our weekend, cause here we come. You guys know about that, man. Yeah, definitely give our brother DJ Vet a follow, man. You know, he was here most of the night. His wife got home from work, and so he's spending some time with his wife, just kind of like getting it in. Just, you know, he spends great quality time with his wife. His wife is dope, man. You know, I got a chance to hang out with them, and his wife is legit, like, hella extremely dope. You feel me? And I like her a lot. She's very nice. All my brothers have dope ass wives. It just trips me out. Trips me out. All their wives are dope. But yeah, no, they didn't get fucked up. What? What's up, Acute? Good to see you, player. What's going down, man? We've been here for a few days, man. Almost a week, man. Russians are partially blind from drinking vodka? I don't think so. I don't think that's what it is. I just, you know, I just don't think Russians care, homie. But yeah, I feel you, homie. I feel you on that. He said they're different. I think they, you know, I would date a Russian chick. Maybe. I'm looking at videos for us to watch real quick. Should we watch a movie? Should we watch a movie, you guys? Should we just like
Happy Sunday, everybody.
hello? Thank you. Speaking of Russians, should we watch a movie? I should put on a movie. Y'all want to watch a movie? I would definitely have a side piece, like a Russian side piece. Salut, bonjour, bonjour, salut, salut, salut. Mon ami. Thank you, brother. How you been, acute? I haven't gotten on in the last almost a year that we've been gone. I could probably count on all my digits how many times I've gotten on Twitch. Meaning, in the last 11 months or so, I've only gotten on Twitch maybe 25, 26 times. I know that's more digits than most people have, but I'm special. And acute. I seen you on because you're on my friends list, and then I'll go see. I'll be like, oh, I know Acute's watching something dope, and I'll go see what you're watching. I'll be like, Acute up to his old tricks. Hey, listen, hey, homie. Acute knows all the little honeys on Twitch, bro. Acute knows all them little secret corners that they be hiding them in, bro. Cause I swear I never see that. I don't never see him on just chatting or whatever, man. And I'll like go see what's Acute watching. Oh, let's see what this is. It'd be like the tightest little honey bunny on Twitch. Should be fucking me up. What's the name of that song? That song right there? That's Egyptian Lover. You don't know that joint? Man, you kids. You kids. But yeah, it's Egyptian Lover. Egyptian Lover. Egyptian Lover was like the break song. Like when I was younger and we would go out and break and whatever. I mean it's a classic break song, like The Message by Fantastic, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Don't Stop the Rock, that kind of shit. But yeah. You super down? What movie should we watch? Russian women are lovely. I get ton of emails from Russian women wanting to marry me. So romantic. Really? Are you on one of those Russian dating sites? Should we go on my Hinge? Should we go and check out can you get Hinge on the desktop or is it just an app? Hold on. Egyptian Lover. Hold on. Um hmm. I guess you can't log on online. I think you only can do it through the app. I could show the camera what's on my Hinge because I did get a thing today saying all my matches have been updated. But I wanted to kind of get on screen so you guys could kind of peep it out. What's a good movie? No, I just get spammed and junk mail. Oh, yeah, I feel you, homie. I feel you. What's a good movie, man? There's I'm tripping. Let's go to we'll just see if there's anything on Amazon right now that we can watch because that's like we can do that shit legally. Why is this shit? Do I have too many windows open? Maybe I do, man. Hold on. That's a great song. Can't end up deleting that. Need that gone. We'll go with that. Take that off. Or nah. All the little honeys in the side tab. Hey, Acute, for real, for real. Okay, look, click on Acute's name and then friend him, right? Friend Acute. And then just like whenever you get on, just go peep him out and be like, oh, I wonder what Acute's watching. And then just go look. Any and every time that you see Acute on watching anything, homie, it's a little cutie pie. It's definitely a cutie pie. I guarantee you it's gonna be like a little cutie pie. And it'll be one that you've never like what the fuck? I ain't never seen her before. What the hell? I thought this shit was out already. Amazon. Am I tripping? I thought Amazon, that show Upload was already out. Hold on. I want to see May 1st. Oh, that's tomorrow. Okay, I'm high. Never mind. I've been waiting for Upload to come out, for real. Taking it in stride, brethren. You peep the YouTube DJ battles that have been happening since quarantine. Yeah. Timberland and Swiss. Yeah, I peeped that one. I peeped Babyface and Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley was so funny. He was so like not put together. You could tell that Babyface had everything planned out. Teddy Riley was, his phone dying and shit. Shit is going on and shit. Oh my God, my heart just dropped. Give me a second. Let me put myself back together. Oh, swear to gosh. God damn. We can't be watching scary shit no more. Matter of fact, there's a scary video up on my screen and we can't watch that shit, man. My heart just dropped, homies. My heart just fucking died right now. What the fuck? Okay, I can't even explain it. How do I show you guys? I don't know if I can even show you guys. Hold on, man. Damn. So, this painting, the edge of this painting blocks everything over here. I can't see, like, it's on screen. You can't see all the way back to my kitchen, which is cool because you can't see my kitchen counter and shit. But for me, it's legit just that little area that I can't see behind it. Well, the painting I just finished is right behind. Oh, that's how I can show you guys. That's how I can show you guys. Never mind. The painting I just finished is right behind it, right? So out of the corner of my eye, because I'm leaning in, right? Out of the corner of my eye, I can see a head and someone looking at me. And you know how your mind goes, swear to God, there's somebody over there fucking staring at me. And then it dawned on me, oh fuck, I'm in my house. There shouldn't be anybody in here fucking staring at me. And then I looked over and I seen somebody staring at me and my heart dropped. And then it took a second for it to pop in that, oh fuck, it's my painting. Oh shit, it's the painting. But look. Can you see it? Oh no, that's my TV, so you can't see it. Fuck. Cock, son of a bitch. I don't know how to show you guys. Maybe this will work. Hold on. Whoa. Calm down. Oh my God, I lost my shit. So Here, I'm looking, and then out of the corner of my eye, you can't see it. It's too dark. Hold on. I gotta show you guys. Plus, I'm calming down. Hold on. Oh, that's why you couldn't see it. Okay, hold on. Let me set it up right. So, all of a sudden, that's all I see. Out of the corner of my eye, you guys can see that? That's what I see. But I just see like that. And my brain was like, why is there somebody looking at me? Oh shit, I'm in my house. Nobody's supposed to be over there looking at me. And then I looked, and there was somebody looking at me, and I had a heart attack. I need to go to the doctor and get checked because I had a mini shit heart attack. That moment when you go see now and put a gun on your own painting. Hey, Sam damn near shot up the whole place over a painting. Bro, can you imagine if I had to call my sister and be like, hey, I can't mail it out for a couple more days. I shot that bitch. What's up, acute? Look at you with the J-Dub. I see you, son. Nah, I got my Twitch crush. I'm good for right now. Who's your Twitch crush right now, HG? What's up, Dixie? What's happening? What's happening, Dixie? You just need glasses? No, because I'm telling you, you know how you can see stuff out of the corner of your eye? That's what it was. It wasn't that I turned my head and seen it and I was like, what is that? No, it wasn't that. It was I'm talking to you guys and out of the corner of my eye, I can see somebody looking at me and it fucked me up. Artist attacked by his own painting. Hey, man. Shit. I'm telling you, man, it fucked me up, son. I got problems. Y'all know I got I got real fucking problems. The new movie Extraction is supposed to be good, but I don't know if there's any sex in it, so I don't think we can watch that. Trying to think what anybody have any good idea for a movie that would be good that we could all watch on the block? You feel me? And or a TV show that would be good that we could all watch. A courtroom artist was arrested today for an unknown reason. Details are sketchy. I love it. I see people. Shot a hole in the painting. Now you can call it abstract. Send it to her with a big ass bullet hole right here in her husband's cheek. She'd be like, what the fuck? I'm an artist. I took my own liberties. Done, man. I ordered a gang of food before we got on. What is this? Is anybody watching the TV series For Life? 50 Cent make it. He's making it. The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense would be good, homie. To The Sixth Sense would be a great movie to watch, except for we all know what made it a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Um, you guys want to watch the Beastie Boy story? That shit is lit. Like that shit is sick. I'll watch that shit again. Um, I'm looking at the list of movies. I'll show you guys real quick. I'm looking at the list. Butt Boy. What the fuck? We need to just at least see what that just don't even sound right. Chip Gutchell, a bored Mary IT engineer, has reawakened after a routine prostate exam. What started as a harmless rectal kink soon grows into a dangerous addiction as he becomes responsible for a missing child. Chip eventually buries his desires in Alcoholic Anonymous and tries to move on with his life. Years later, he becomes the sponsor of a blank. IP Man, the finale. This is just the new shit recently. Gretel and Hansel was so good. If you guys haven't seen Gretel and Hansel, you should. Gretel and Hansel was really good. The Turning's a scary movie. I'll watch it with y'all, but I'm not watching that shit by myself. You feel me? But I watch it with you guys for sure. A young woman quits her teaching job to be a private tutor for a wealthy young heiress who witnessed her parents' tragic deaths. Shortly after arriving, the girl's degenerate brother is sent home from his boarding school. The tutor has some strange, unexplainable experiences in the house and begins to suspect that there's more to their blank. Um, but there's way more movies than this. It's just this is what's on it right now. Oh yeah, the Willoughbys. Not watching that. Not Booty Boy. Cool. Some documentary about NWA or artists maybe or something like that. And ain't even lit this blunt yet. That's cool, E. That's good, honey. Sixth Sense is a fantastic movie. It is. Which one, HG? The Turning one? Banker is good. Banker is an amazing movie, man. No, it's not about the first black bank owners. It's definitely not about the first black bank owners. It's about the first black bank owners in uh Dixie South. You know what I'm saying? Um like right before or around the civil rights movement in the South. So but there was other black bankers way before them cats. You feel me? I don't know. Like I said, there's 8,550 movies that we could pick from. 1,400 different TV shows, 26 animes. I'm not an anime fool. 12 different sports. There's live TV and shit. The Beastie Boys documentary. You guys want to peep that? You want to peep the Beastie Boys? It's pretty legit. Defending Jacob. If you're like into hip hop and into rap music, the Beastie Boys are definitely, look, Fraggle Rock's on Apple TV. I loved Fraggle Rock when I was a kid. Amazing Stories. Amazing Stories was really good. All of them. I didn't think I'd like them, but all of them were great. I thought it was made for kids, but all of the Amazing Stories was great. Servant was good too. See? This is what made me get on Apple TV. I got a year free when I got my phone. They offer you a year free of Apple Plus, Apple TV Plus. And I was so happy, man, because I was watching C on mobile vids. This shit is legit. It's way out into the future, but it's so far out into the future that they've gone back like to primitive kind of shit, and no one can see. Everybody is blind on the earth, except every so often someone is born with sight. But this series was so good. It was really good, man. But you know, what's his name? Jason? He's legit too, homie. Rhyming and chilling. Yep. Truth Be Told was good. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff on Apple TV yet, but all, you know, what I've been able to watch or wanted to watch on Apple TV, all of it's been really, really good. You know what I'm saying? But like, you guys, let's kick back and watch the Beastie Boy shit. This shit was good, man. Here's a little story I got to tell. It's sad though. I'm just gonna say this because it's if you're a hip hop junkie like me, it's kind of sad. But let's peep it out. Let's peep it out.
Okay. Hello.
Stand by. We got speed.
You ready? Now here's a little story that I got to tell about three bad brothers that you know so well. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA,
and me.
Mike D.
Who's your favorite Beastie Boy?
Got to sort of identify with bits of all of them, really.
I guess MCA resonates.
Mike D.
Ad Rock is like big inspiration.
When you listen to a group for that long, you go through phases of who you feel you're more connected to at certain times in your life.
My favorite is Mike D. He's really funny, but in like a subtle way.
Do you have a favorite Beastie video over the years?
Mine's actually an exercise video that never came out.
Call the number on your screen right now.
MCA, I feel like, was the leader of all of them, kept them all together. He's the one that comes over with all the crazy stuff.
MCA definitely played a large part in the world. Very influential man, a big heart.
I always thought that Ad Rock kind of encapsulated the coolness.
It's a word that is not really used that much in these days, but I think it really suits me.
as well as these guys, it's macho. It's a macho that we have.
Because he's so honest. He's like brutally honest.
We're not very talented musically, so we figure we'd try all kinds of different routes.
Yeah.
Yo, I'd just like to say what's up to my grandma.
Because it's all about the bass guitar for me.
Yo, hold up, wait up, just sit down for a minute. It's not over yet. Go.
Their music has just been so influential. Soundtrack of my life, you can call it that.
Soundtrack of our lives.
A lot of bands, they just break apart and then they come back at the end. But they stayed together the whole adventure.
MCA, yeah. MCA was my favorite. MCA had always been my favorite, but yeah, he died. He died from cancer.
Well, hi. Well, hello, everyone. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Adam.
And I'm Mike,
And
also known as...
I just want to say this before we get started. Before anybody else says it, I want to say it. These motherfuckers did not age well. You feel me? Like, the Beastie Boys can't be that much older than me. At all. Or we're like the same age. They look terrible as fuck.
Michael Diamond or Mike D.
And we're Beastie Boys from New York City. Now, tonight we're going to tell you the story of 3 kids that met and became friends and did all kinds of crazy stuff together for over 30 years.
The 2 of us will do the best we can, because one of us isn't here. Adam Yauch, who you also know as MCA. We lost him in 2012 to cancer, and when Adam died, we stopped being a band.
Yeah, it just felt too weird to do the band without Yauch because, the band was his idea in the first place. So, although Yauch's not here with us, what would Yauch do is always on our minds. But trying to imagine what Yauch would actually do is pretty hard because he was very unpredictable. He was a wild card, but we'll get to that later.
The Beastie Boys have arrived always on the cutting edge of fashion. When they're not on the red carpet, they are always at the shows in Paris. Oh, look at the white dreads. The Beastie Boys are back after a 6-year absence. Guys, that's a long time. What have you been up to? It's great to see you.
Hey.
Actually, I know it sounds kind of funny, but we were actually captured by Sasquatch.
What we're going to do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
Being a weird kid from, sorry mom, a weird family, it's just kind of weird, but it's also pretty lonely. One day I heard this band, The Clash. Not only did I love their music, but when I heard it, I knew there'd be other weirdos out there. I just had to find them. I found my first other weirdo at school. His name was John Barry. One afternoon, we saw an ad in the back of this free paper called The Village Voice. It was for a band that we loved called the Bad Brains. And the Bad Brains were playing this show down at this place called the Botany Talk House. So we go down to the club, and there's like maybe all of 15 people in the entire place, and they're all grown-ups. But there was one other kid our age there, and he looked really cool. He had this long trench coat on from like a thrift store. He had combat boots. He had these homemade buttons on his trench coat, and his name was Adam Yauch.
So I met Yauch and Mike and John Berry at a Misfits show in 1982. It might have been Circle Jerks, but I like the Misfits more, so I'm going to say that it was at a Misfits show. Now, somehow, me and my two friends heard that there were a bunch of kids hanging out in the ladies' bathroom. So we walked in there, and we found a bunch of super cool-looking punk kids our age hanging out. And I actually recognized one of them, Jill Kniff, because we were in 5th grade class together. And so she was my in. I also recognized one of the other kids in the group, Kate Schellenbach, because we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Kate was she was really cool. She was also smarter than we were. And she was into, I don't know, more sophisticated European kind of music.
Sorry to interrupt, but just to say that she was smarter than us. I mean,
she didn't take a lot, but
saying that much.
She was.
Okay.
Fact. So, she was into cool bands like Kraftwerk. And she lived in this loft on 14th Street with her mom. There was this big open old-style loft, and in the center of all of it was her drum set.
My first punk rock friend was Dave Skilkin, and that's him on the left, and that's me on the right. So me and my best friend in junior high school, we're playing basketball outside of school, and we see this crazy-looking kid with spiked hair and a trench coat walking down the street carrying a synthesizer. So we had to go over to talk to this kid. He was younger than us. He was in the 6th grade, and he was cutting school. Now, let that sink in. You're 11 years old in the 6th grade. At that time, our main hangout was at John Berry's apartment on 100th and Broadway, and that's where we'd play music.
In the early 80s, everyone in our scene was in some kind of band, and Yauch kept pushing us to start a band with him. Now, he already had a name for it, Beastie Boys. The band originally was me, Kate, Adam Yauch, John Berry.
The name stood for Boys Entering Anarchistic States Towards Inner Excellence. The acronym alone makes no sense because boys is already in the title of the band. So the name is ridiculous and redundant and inaccurate because there was a girl drummer, Kate.
So our very first gig was at John Berry's house up where he lived on the 3rd floor. Yauch was turning 17, and Yauch's like, you know what? I'm going to have a party, and we're going to play at it. And then when we go up to play, somehow I got nominated to be the singer. Now, I was a super...
Real quick, 11th, the reason why that is because I don't know about Europe, but electro was considered new wave back in the day. And before new wave and before rap came out and or the hip hop culture, because rap is not hip hop, rap is just an element of hip hop. Before that even came about, we only had punk music. Hip hop was a form of what punk was, which is anarchy, fuck the man, fuck the government, all that shit. And when hip hop came, it was the exact same thing, but it was urban. It was something that developed in the neighborhoods that was from us, that took from all of the black experiences before that. So where the music came from, the dance, the painting, all that stuff, even DJing and all that stuff, all of that was from other parts of black culture. And then the younger people who are anarchists really to heart, who were in punk and stuff, this was a new outlet for us, and it was cooler and it was urban. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that comes from. I know, I lived it. Trust me.
Shy type of kid. I don't know why I ever agreed to this.
guess the main thing I remember is probably like 10 or 12 kids in a room, maybe 12 feet wide by 20 feet long or something, just kind of like jumping up and down and bumping into each other, but it was all basically like friends having a good time.
I wasn't in Beastie Boys back then, but I joined in 1983. John Barry wasn't into it anymore, and so he quit. But at that point, I was hanging out with Mike and Yauk and Kate all the time, and so I guess since I was standing there, I'm the new guitar player.
We were a hardcore band, but we kind of weren't. I mean, we were like Monty Python as much as we were Black Flag.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Michael. I'm in the Beastie Boys.
My name is Kate. I'm a Capricorn, and I have lint in my pocket.
So now we're going to get to an older, more mature member. Give us your name.
My name's Ad, but you can call me Adam. And just hanging out here on TV. You know, your basic stuff.
My name's Adam.
As it says on my belt.
Get a shot of Adam's belt if you can. How old are you? About 13, 14?
So, we're getting a little older now. We're no longer 15. We're 16. We were into all kinds of music. We listened to soul and punk, rap.
What's up,
reggae,
Cheese Lovin' Frank?
Rap was hard to find back then because there was only a few 12 inches out. But we wanted to switch up our style. So we were obsessed with this stupid commercial for this ice cream store called Carvel's.
Hello, I'm a Carvel Celestial Person from outer space. My real name is Cookie Puss.
And someone had this smart idea to record a super stupid prank phone call song called Cookie Puss.
Hello, Carvel. Yo, man, Cookie Puss there? Who? Cookie Puss. I want to speak to Cookie Puss, man. No, nobody here by that name. Cookie O Puss then.
So, this guy, Dave Parsons, he had this record store downtown called the Rat Cage. Then we would cut school to go hang out at this place, right? By this time, Dave started a small record label, put Cookie Puss out as a 12-inch, right? And then something happened that we never thought would happen. DJs started playing our record in clubs, and then other people besides our 15 friends actually heard our music.
And one day I went to visit a friend at some weird high school temp job she had. And we heard that DJ Africa Bambaataa was on a talk show or something on some other floor in the building. And we got fucking psyched, and we ran down, and we snuck onto the TV set. And this is what happened next.
What's up, Lamb?
I was just wondering, there's a song that I really like called Cookie Puss by the Beastie Boys. I was wondering if you ever heard of it.
Yes, I heard of Cookie Puss. I've gotten the record through the rock pool. It's tough.
Okay.
Yeah, you like that one? Why do you like that one?
It's just a really funny song I heard on the radio.
It's got scratching and work on it, like that?
Yeah, it has a little bit of scratching on it, and it's funky.
Look at Bambaataa look young.
All we do is listen to rap. In 1980.
Real quick, Lamb. I'm not gonna pause it anymore, man. I'll say what's up to everybody, but a lot of people are waking up. But yeah, Lamb, we started on Thursday, man. We just got done finishing a painting last night, so we're kind of having like a cool down tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna start another painting. So, but it's good to see you, player. Very good to see you, man.
Was on a talk show or something on some other floor in the building, and we got fucking psyched, and we ran down and we snuck onto the TV set. And this is what happened next.
I was just wondering, there's a song that I really like called Cookie Puss by the Beastie Boys. I was wondering if you ever heard of it.
Yes, I heard of Cookie Puss. I've gotten the record through the rock pool. It's tough.
Okay.
Yeah, you like that one? Why do you like that one?
It's just a really funny song I heard on the radio.
It's got scratching and work on it, like that?
Yeah, it has a little bit of scratching on it, and it's funky.
Chapter 2. All we do is listen to rap. In 1984, a song came out that would change the course of our band forever. Sucker MCs by Run DMC.
2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhyme, so I said this rhyme I'm about to say. The rhyme was there, so then it went this way.
So, Sucker MCs was everywhere in New York when it came out. You heard it coming out of cars, out of tape decks, out of pizza spots all over the city. Run DMC was the shit, and we wanted to be just like them. I mean, we studied every song, every lyric. We looked at every picture, trying to figure out their sneaks, their clothes, everything.
We would study and repeat all our favorite rap songs all day.
Not that we thought we'd ever be a rap group or anything, but around this time we started writing our own rhymes.
I think now we're going to show a little example that shows kind of where we are at on the mic as MCs.
You're jumping ahead, Mike.
Oh,
Go
am I
back.
jumping
Turn
the
around,
gun?
Spike, turn around.
Really? Okay.
All right, time out.
Oh, now, see,
Oh, wait,
Spike?
we're definitely in the wrong place.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, go back. We rehearsed this. We practiced this, like, for real.
I'm sorry, I fucked up the teleprompter. Sorry about that.
Teleprompter? I didn't even notice. Anyways, that's a good transition, you guys. Anyways. Around this time, we had this big show coming up at Studio 54, right?
Wait, with the Studio 54, you know, with like Brooke Shields, okay? With like Baryshnikov, Halston, Donna Summer.
I didn't know if that was like a call and response thing.
Yeah, no one really chimed
I don't know.
in.
Anyway, footnote about our show at Studio 54, it was a battle of the bands, and we lost.
Cool.
So, we had this show coming up at Studio 54, and we wanted to play our song Cookie Puss. Now, we never did it live before, but we thought we had this idea to have a DJ do it with us. Our friend told us that he knew about this NYU college kid that could DJ and wanted to be a rap producer, and he had all this DJ equipment and stuff, but more important, he had a bubble machine.
Wait, say what, Ad Rock? A bubble machine?
Yo, Holmes. That's right, Mike D. He had a bubble machine.
Okay.
So we went over to this guy's dorm room to meet him. But when we get there, the door's opened by this long-haired heavy metal guy with these weird leather zip-up gloves, which totally freaked us out. This couldn't possibly be him.
Now, he opens the door to this teeny dorm room, right? And it's filled with like a huge PA, and there's turntables, and all these drum machines, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, a bubble machine. So what do? We hired him on the spot. And this is Rick Rubin.
Now, at first, it seemed like a weird fit with us and Rick Rubin. I mean, he's from Long Island, and we're from New York City. And also, Rick was into a bunch of other stuff that we weren't into.
Like wrestling and heavy metal, and we thought that shit was kind of goofy.
Rick seemed way older than us, and
well,
we got to work on the timing of that photo with the... Do we comment on the cable box or no? I mean, everyone's thinking about it, yeah?
I mean, that was some high-tech shit for the time. They got the cable box, the multi-line telephone.
I mean, why can't it be like the old days with a pack of Salems and a fucking filled ashtray next to your bed? I mean, right? Rick seemed way older than us, and he seemed kind of more mature than us. And he had money to pay for things. But most of all, it was his confidence. Whatever he was into was the thing to be into, and that could be infectious. You couldn't hang out with Rick and not be excited about what he was excited about. And so we kind of got into wrestling, kinda. And we definitely got into heavy metal.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It only took a week for us to go from thinking that the guy with those zip-up gloves was goofy to thinking, well, he's the coolest dude. He became part of our full-time crew.
He kind of became like this weird, cool older brother. And his dorm room became our new headquarters, like our new rat cage. And every day, instead of going to school, we'd go to Rick's dorm room to hang out, and we'd listen to records. And then we'd go out to some club, and then we'd go to Cozy Soup and Burgers to eat, and then we'd talk all about the night and the music and all the music we were going to make together one day.
After the Studio 54 show, we had a DJ, so we're like, fuck it. Let's try to rap and do that as part of our show. And so Rick joined our band and became DJ RR, of course. Our first shows with Rick, we do like half as a hardcore band, and then we'd leave the stage and we'd do the other half as a rap group.
B-A-S-T-I. I was a beast before, a rock shocking the scene. I'm bastard out, slot the rock with my dick. Now hit it hot, just don't stop. You rock till it makes you drop. Yes.
Okay. get the idea. Most rappers hold their rhymes in little pieces of paper, right? Isn't that a thing?
It's one thing to hang out with your friends and rap sucker MCs all day long, but being on stage with an audience and rapping our own rhymes, well, that was different.
Now, we didn't realize it, but as time went on, the more we were hanging out with Rick and starting to act like Rick, the less we were hanging out with Kate. And maybe even more so, the less Kate was hanging out with us. I think our friends were very confused as why we were hanging out with Rick all the time.
Well, a band's gotta eat. So around this time, Rick was producing his first real rap song, It's Yours, for a rapper named T. La Rock. Up until then, music for rap records was mostly played by a band, and it was played to sound like funky and smoothed out so it'd get on the radio. But It's Yours was just a rapper and a drum machine. It was raw and punk in sound. So one night, Rick told us that he's going to go meet this guy, Russell Simmons, at Danceteria. We didn't know what Rick and Russell were meeting about, but we were just psyched to spy on them talking at the bar. Because this Russell guy was not only Run DMC's manager, but he was also DJ Run's brother.
It wasn't like he was some guy that knew some guy that knew somebody connected to rap. Russell was rap. He was at the center of the business of rap.
Now, when Russell left, we were so psyched, we ran over to Rick and we were like, yo, Rick, you gotta tell us like everything. What did this Russell guy say to you? You gotta tell us everything you guys talked about. Well, I mean, we were excited, and that's what we sounded like when we were like 16.
So Rick told us that Russell couldn't believe that not only It's Yours was made by someone he never heard of, but it was made by a white guy. And Rick said that they hit it off and they hatched a plan to start a record label, Def Jam.
Wait a minute. Pay attention, hang up the phone, and watch this. Jam means record. Def is short for definitive. Definitely the best records you could buy today.
And somewhere in those plans, Rick told Russell about us.
Hey, I got these 3 white rappers. They're still in high school. I mean, they're punk rock, but they love hip-hop even more. I mean, all they do is listen to rap.
Russell Simmons immediately saw the possibility in managing a white rap group. And within days, we went to his office to meet with him.
We think he's going to have this huge, fancy office, but when we go up there, it's just, in reality, 2 small rooms. But what's kind of cool is in one of the rooms, there's fucking Curtis Blow, the king of rap, right? And he's in Russell's office trying to learn to break dance. He's trying to spin on his head for some reason. And not only that, I don't know does anybody in here know this group, Full Force? Well, he's surrounded by the dudes in Full Force who are watching him learn to break dance.
I mean, it was a crazy fucking scene, is what we're trying to tell you guys. So when it came to confidence, Russell was even more next level than Rick. If you were in his orbit, you couldn't help but believe all the awesome shit he said was going to happen. In 1984, no one cared about rap music. I mean, it was barely on the radio. But everywhere Russell went, he'd be selling to everybody.
Run DMC is going to be the biggest artist of a generation. Oh, Rick Rubin, he's going to be the Phil Spector of rap. Beastie Boys, they're white B-boys, and they're going to be the biggest group in the world.
All right. Let's slow things down for a minute. We had just started rapping. I mean, we were mediocre at best. But Rick and Russell believed in us, and that gave us confidence. And so they hooked it up for us to go record our first rap song. It's called Rock Hard. I don't know, it's not our finest moment on the mic, okay? But you gotta understand, we love rap music, and we wanted to be rappers so bad. We wanted to be Run DMC so bad. First white B-boys we don't regret. There's nothing wrong with your TV set. Russell Simmons wrote that line, and he kept telling us we had to say it because it was great, and how B-boy it was, and punk, and all this other stuff. He also really wanted us to say, I can play the drums, I can play guitar. Not just B-boys, we're real rock stars. And we went along with it. I mean, you're the legit dude in rap, man. You got fucking Curtis Blow popping and locking in your office and shit. I mean, if you think saying that's going to be fresh, fly, wild, and bold, well, all right, turn me up in the headphones.
I could hear you say, in a way, these boys got music going on. You know that love get loose.
Now, I would love to blame Rick and Russell for the quality of the song, but that's all us on the mic. We wrote and said the rest of the lyrics on that song. They wanted us to be like a cartoon rap version of an 80s metal band, but instead with Adidas shell toes and tracksuits and shit.
And we were all in.
Oh, hell
right?
yes.
For real. But it was decided at some point that we had to kick Kate out of the band because she didn't fit into our new tough rapper guy identity. Now, how fucked up is that? When Beastie Boys began, the majority of our friends were girls, like the coolest girls. And it's really embarrassing to think that we let them down. I mean, shit, maybe Kate would have quit the band eventually, but it's just shitty the way it all went down. See, up until then, our band was just more of a joke, you know, something to do because it was fun. Our big goal was to make each other laugh. But now we were with these Rick and Russell guys, and they got big plans for us. Like, if Rick was the cool older brother, then Russell was like the crazy-ass uncle. And we started hanging out every night, all the time together. Going out to clubs, drinking screwdrivers, brass monkeys, and it was like this fucked up, fun family.
Now, when you're young and drunk, and Russell Simmons is telling you that you're going to be the biggest rap group of all time, well, I guess you hear it enough, you start to believe that shit. And then some crazy shit happened.
Spike.
Oh, sorry about that. There's supposed to be a cue here where it was actually a bad joke anyways. Keep going.
It's going to happen or it's not going to happen?
Not tonight.
This is the last show. When is it supposed to happen?
We didn't load it into the machine. Maybe we'll get it before the end of the night. I'll get it.
Well, it's a voice that goes crazy shit, and there's like a whole animation. My friend Max Tanone did the anyway. Hey, did you guys know that we opened for Madonna on our very first tour? Well, we did. And the story of how we opened for Madonna.
I got it.
At any rate, so one day Russell Simmons gets a call from Madonna's manager, Freddie DeMann. He calls and asks if Run DMC would like to open for Madonna on her first ever tour, and Russell said yes. They get $20,000 a show. Madonna's manager said, thank you, no. Madonna's manager calls Russell Simmons back a couple hours later, and he's like, hey, Russell, do the Fat Boys want to open for Madonna on tour? And he said, oh, man, you know, the Fat Boys are busy. They just can't do it. Russell never managed the Fat Boys. But, he said, I got these guys Beastie Boys, and they'll do it for $500. And the next thing you know, we're in Seattle, Washington at the Four Seasons Hotel getting ready to open for Madonna on tour.
So, before the tour, we came up with a brilliant plan. What could we do that would make all these people remember us? It certainly wasn't going to be our microphone mastery at the time. I mean, our big idea was that we should be as rude and as awful as possible on stage.
Yo! You better look out, Detroit, Philly, Cincy, LA, we're County on town.
I mean, if we just went up there, we just played the 2 songs that we knew, and that's all we had at the time, and we just said, thank you, everybody, good night, who would care? Instead, we'd be memorable. Memorable fucking jerks.
We're real rock stars.
I mean, everyone's there to see Madonna, and they for sure don't give a fuck about us. But this is where Rick's wrestling thing would come in. He wanted us to be those wrestling villains screaming into the camera at the side of the ring, like this.
The only reason that we haven't done a video yet is because as soon as we do, they're gonna have to change it from MTV to Beastie TV, because that's all they're gonna show all day long, all night long. The Beastie Boys, one of the finest groups in music today, right there. I think I'm wasting my breath a little bit. Maybe I'm talking over your head. I think the interview's over. Thank you very much.
And so, And so every night on the Madonna tour, I would go out front and center and I would do a speech like this. I'm the King Ad Rock, and I'm the fucking king of the King's Theater, and we're the Beastie Boys, and we're here tonight to crush all competition. After we leave tonight, you can burn this motherfucking place down, because y'all motherfuckers ain't shit.
Just keep in mind that this is who Adam was cursing out.
It was like a love-hate relationship type thing. You know, we hated them, they hated us. It was like love.
So we come home from tour, and the very first thing we do is we go up to everyone and anyone that'll hear it, and we're like, yo, 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 we were on tour with Madonna.
It was the fucking most awesome thing ever. And now we get home, and it's official. We're a rap group.
Woo! Really? High five? Yeah, it's coming back, Adam. It's coming back. One night, Russell gets us a gig at this club called the Encore, opening up for Curtis Blow, the king of rap. So we look at each other, we're like, yo, we're opening up for Curtis Blow? That's death. Now,
That's a direct quote, by the way, just so you know.
It is. Now, the Encore is an all-black rap crowd, and we're the only white guys in this place, right? And somehow, we decide it's a good idea to go out there in a limo dressed like this. What's so funny?
Yes, those are do-rags on our heads. So when we got on stage at the Encore to play our song Rock Hard, they turned on all the lights right in the house, like fluorescent lights, like a fucking supermarket. And all these dudes in the audience started screaming at us.
Yo, yo, Menudos! What's up? Menudo, I love y'all!
Yeah, they called us Menudo.
Actually, I think it was Menudos, like plural.
So yeah, we dropped this look real quick. Chapter 3, the song that changed everything. So we started writing songs in a different way. It wasn't just on a guitar like verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Fucking around became our creative process. It would go something like this. Mikey? We'd be walking down the street. This is how... Hey! This is how we walk down the street. We rehearsed. We'd be walking down the street, right? And we just start going back and forth with little bits of records and stupid shit we thought was real funny, right? Like one of us would say a random lyric from a song we loved, like... Hold it now. And then another one would be like, yo, that should be a song. Like, he should say, hold it now. And then we should have Slick Rick go, hit it. And then another one would be like, oh, it should go, hey, Leroy. And that's a song.
Now, and then we'd go into the studio with that simple and stupid of an idea, and we'd make a song out of it.
Yo, Leroy. Hold it now.
Like Adam would be there tapping away, obsessed on the pads of his DX drum machine, and when he was really psyched, he'd take the headphones and he'd rip them off of his head, throw them to the side, and he'd be like, yo, 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 guys, check this out.
Oh, no, that's you, Mike. I was like this.
Well, anyway, he made this, honestly, I'm giving you props, Adam. He made like this hot go-go swing type beat. But when Yauk and I heard that, we were like, oh, shit. But when that got layered with this 808 beat, that changed everything.
Hold it now.
So the three of us were left to our own devices and making music and loving it. Instead of trying to act and sound like somebody else, like how we did on Rock Hard, now we were just being ourselves, or at least a fantasy version of ourselves. Rick came by the studio, and we played it for him, and he kind of flipped the fuck out. He was like, hey, you guys, don't change anything. It's great. I want to play it for Russell. We need to just put this out. So we were surprised but we were psyched. Rick mixed it, making it sound bigger and more professional. He made that 808 sound crazy. Like that. You could hear it rattling the rear glass on cars up and down the East Coast. It also detonated many a PA. We figured out how to piece together different elements that we loved, like beats, samples, scratches, and turn them into a song, into a new style. Most importantly, though, we found our voice. So Russell and Rick put Hold It Now, Hit It out on Def Jam. And then it starts getting played on all these mix shows and in clubs, which is a big deal to us. Our song was getting played next to songs like LL Cool J's Rock the Bells, Run DMC's Peter Piper, songs that we love.
We got this gig going to Philly, and we went on and we just dropped a record. I remember we put Hold It Now on, and the whole place just went crazy, like the whole club. And that was a pretty amazing feeling. I was like, damn.
So, I'm 19 years old. I got a little money in my pocket. Rappers know who I am. We're getting into clubs for free. We're getting drink tickets. We're talking to girls. We're getting drunk. We're fucking around. We're writing lyrics on napkins. We're cracking each other up. And then we go to the studio and make a song out of all that shit. Next night, next song.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
What up?
And when I'm on the mic, the suckers run.
Word.
Down there rockin' like D and you ain't. And I got more juice than Picasso got pink. Got rhymes that are rough and rhymes that are slick. I'm not surprised you're on my dick.
All right, so we're recording all the time, making songs, and Russell would just keep putting them out as singles. We put out Paul Revere.
Smash it.
We put out the new style, this song.
Smash it.
And at a certain point, Russell came into the studio and he was like, you guys are the greatest rap group of all time. You're going to be making a full-length album. So, while we're doing that, Adam and I, we're still living at these shitty apartments, you know, like you do when you're 19 years old.
But Yauk moved into this nice new apartment in Brooklyn Heights. Now, he lived there for free because he was the superintendent of the building.
It's true.
But, yeah, so if your radiator broke, Yauk would come up to fix it. I mean, he had 0 qualifications for the job, but he could do just about anything on instinct. But late one night, me and Mike stopped by the apartment, and he had this tape deck set up on a table in the kitchen. But it wasn't a cassette deck. It was a 1/4-inch reel-to-reel tape deck, which I didn't even know he had.
And I'm there, and I'm studying this, trying to figure out what this whole thing is. I mean, he's got the tape from the one reel, and instead of just going to, like, the other reel, like it usually would, it comes out the one reel, it's going around a mic stand, and then it goes around another mic stand, and then it goes around a chair, and then back into the second reel. I mean, Adam and I are looking at this thing, and we're like, this is like a fucking magic trick, right? And then Yauk gets up, and he presses play.
So the intro drum beat to Led Zeppelin's When the Levee Breaks starts playing. But instead of the whole song playing, it was just the intro beat over and over. I'd seen DJs do it with 2 records and turntables, but I'd never seen it done with reel-to-reel tape. The sound and the visual were so magical to us. Yauk told us that he'd heard about Jimi Hendrix and Sly Stone doing tape loops, and he wanted to try it. Where did he hear about that? There was no YouTube or Google back then, right? We took Yauk's creation to the studio, and we made a song called Rhymin' and Stealin'. All right. So while we were writing and recording what would become Licensed to Ill, Rick Rubin was also producing Run DMC's new album, Raising Hell. Now, their version of the Aerosmith song Walk This Way was a massive mainstream radio and MTV hit, right? And Run DMC fucking blew up all over the world. They went on tour that summer in '86. Russell had us open for them.
Beastie Boys' function on Raising Hell Tour is to get everybody pumped up to check out the shows. And we figure we raised a lot of hell on stage, and we just sort of, you know, get the audience going.
Now, they were so large that by the time their tour got to Miami, the promoters upgraded their venue from basketball arena to baseball stadium.
Joe Perry and Steven Tyler from Aerosmith were flying down from Miami just to do the one song with them. And it was bound to be a fucking spectacle.
Cut to the big moment when Aerosmith is about to hit the stage to join Run DMC to play the #1 song on the entire planet. They walk out and the crowd goes wild. But now there's some other guy on stage. Yauk.
Yauk happened to have a bass with him. And Jam Master Jay from Run DMC thought it'd be funny for him to play bass with them and Aerosmith for the big song on stage in a baseball stadium in Miami.
And Yauk fucking delivered majestically. The look on the Aerosmith guys' faces was fantastic bemusement. Who's this dirty drunk guy on stage? And why is he playing bass with us? Throughout the whole song, Yauk kept trying to go back-to-back guitar player style with fucking Joe Perry, who was having none of it, right? And it's like, it ended up with Yauk chasing him around the stage, running backwards. And all of us were on the side of the stage, watching, screaming, laughing, and loving it.
And not only was it really fucking fun being on tour and hanging out with Run DMC, but we learned so much watching them night after night. I mean, it was like we were at rap finishing school.
Yes, y'all. We don't stop. Keep it on. Shocking the place. Well, yeah, got nothing to prove. Pay attention. My attention is to bust the move. Tricky chords and cans and bottles and sixes. Between the turntables, keep the high end on me. Oh, my name's Running. Got the deuces wild. Listen to the rhymes. I'm busting the style. Name's DMC and he's by my side. So take the mic, go boy, and shock it for a ride.
But when we got back home, we found out that Rick had gone and mixed and finished our whole record. It was weird that he just went and did it without us knowing. I mean, Yauk was always into the technical aspects of recording, so I'm sure it must have bummed him out or pissed him off. But what Rick did, it was pretty incredible. He took our weird rap songs and he made them sound clean and big and polished and ready for the radio. They are more like real anthems and less like a joke.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey, chunky, that funky monkey. Brass monkey.
Chapter 4. Earlier, we had mentioned a song that we thought had changed everything, and it had, in a way, but this is actually the song that changed everything. So, fun fact, we were almost done with our record, Licensed to Ill, but Russell said it wasn't long enough, and so we needed just like one more song. And Yauk and his friend Tom Cushman had a side band called Brooklyn, and they had this song called Fight for Your Right to Party. And Yauk was like, why don't we use that Brooklyn song and use it for Beastie Boys? They made that song as a joke, like a kind of fake anthem, making fun of party bros and frat guys. Now, we'd never actually met a party bro or a frat guy, but we thought that shit was hilarious to make fun of.
So our big idea was to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, woo, and then about half a cup of that, and then you mix all these things together, and what you get is...
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Shit starts happening really fast. I mean, it felt like the next day our record comes out. Then the video comes out. It's everywhere. I mean, I'm just at home eating my Fruity Pebbles, and I'm watching it play like 5 times an hour on MTV.
Everybody watched MTV back then, and we were on that shit constantly. Our homemade video that we made at our friend's apartment is now playing in between fucking Michael Jackson, Prince, and Tina Turner videos. I mean, that was some crazy shit.
So, we went from being famous...
Crazy shit.
Come on. We went from being famous in like a 14-block radius to being known in the underground hip-hop scene, to being recognized walking down the street after License to Ill came out. I mean, everywhere I went, people start yelling like, "Yo, Mike D!" Oh, what's up, homeboy?
And same thing with me and Yak. We'd be walking down the street, someone might recognize us, and they'd be like,
Yo, Mike D!
True story.
So, we were really feeling ourselves. And about 2 months later, Russell sends us out on our first big headlining tour of America.
So what do? We brought Dave Skilkin and Say and DJ Hurricane and all our other friends with us.
Our record was selling like crazy. And that's when things started to feel really different.
Being famous in our city was one thing, but being famous in a mall in Missoula, Montana is something else entirely. So before the tour started, Russell Simmons had us meet with some weird dude to talk about what we wanted on stage. So just to fuck with this guy, we were like, oh yeah, Holmes, you know, we want a fucking 10-foot six-pack of Budweiser for DJ Riser.
Check.
We want a fucking go-go dancer cage, and we want this big box with a 25-foot dick coming out of it at the end of the show, right?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah,
right?
No problem.
And the next thing you know, we get to Missoula, Montana for the first show, and there it is. Oh, Mike, whop it up, whop it up, whop it up.
We were whopping it up. We were pretty excited. Now, we had no idea who was going to show up to see us play. We definitely didn't think that the party bro frat dudes that we were making fun of were going to come. But turns out that they loved to fight for your right to party. And you know what? We liked being loved, so fuck it. Pass me a 40, let's get fucked up. Now, everything that Russell had said would happen was actually happening. He'd show up all the time in some random city on tour and remind us, he'd be like, "Thief, I told you motherfuckers, y'all gonna be bigger than Captain Crunch."
The shows kept getting bigger and bigger. 1,000 people one night, 2,000 the next. Chicago, Atlanta,
Miami,
Miami,
Munich, Houston.
Shows, hotels, after parties, after parties.
Now, we were having the fucking times of our lives, and shit was blowing up.
No sleep till!
Licensed to Ill has been certified as the fastest-selling debut in the history of their label. These are...
The Beastie Boys.
You got it.
In 1987, the Beastie Boys are going to be taking over America.
How'd you all three get together? Juilliard?
But something weird was happening during all of this. We morphed from making fun of party bros to actually becoming those dudes.
Let's bang our heads together.
Yo, what's up, MTV?
We're the Beastie Boys!
Yeah!
So songs that we'd written as a joke took on a whole new light.
For example, we had a song on our first record that was supposed to be this like stupid and ironic joke, but understandably it wasn't that funny. Now I'm going to tell you the lyrics to that song. Girls, to do the dishes. Girls, to clean up my room. Girls, to do my laundry. Girls, and in the bathroom, girls. So we didn't know what was a joke and what wasn't a joke at that time. I mean, shit got really blurry.
The lines just got kind of blurred for us. Like, I have a break from tour, but then I didn't even call my friends because I just didn't know how to relate to them anymore. I mean, I just didn't even recognize the person that I had become at that point.
Now, I remember one specific time I saw Kate Schellenbach at a deli, and I didn't say hi. Maybe she didn't see me, I don't know, but if she did see me, she definitely would have seen a very different version of me. I remember I was in the back of the store by the coolers, and she was up front paying for something, and she was just laughing and having fun with her friend. And I guess I didn't say hi because I was embarrassed thinking about how much I'd changed. Also, speaking of change, I'd like to take a quick side note to apologize to my brother Matthew for that time I kept calling him Money when we were just trying to have a serious conversation. I was like, yo, Money, I don't know, Money. And he was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Just talking. Anyway, Matthew, I'm sorry. That was a dick move.
Which brings us to Chapter 5, Dicks in a Box.
Our record was selling like crazy, and the shows were getting crazier. A lot of booze and a lot of cursing. Now, in the South, they were trying to ban us for lewd behavior. We would literally have to sneak off a stage after a show and into a van and get across state lines so we wouldn't get arrested. The British press were around at the time. They were writing all these stories about us. And so by the time we got to England to go on tour, they made up all of these stories about us and put them on the cover of the actual newspapers. So there was this weird expectation for us to be fucking maniacs. We really did not do that. Just as a side note, that just did not happen. Seriously, I do like it though. They say horrible Horowitz. I really like that. But
you know, it's too bad that didn't stick.
Horrible Horowitz?
Yeah, it's a good name.
There was an actual meeting of Parliament to decide whether they should let us into the UK or not. Seriously.
Now, with each city we went to on the tour, the crowd developed a "you motherfuckers ain't shit compared to us here" type of vibe, right? So, by the time we got to the last show of that tour in Liverpool, the punters went berserk.
Right into the first song of our show in Liverpool, the crowd started chanting these football chants and throwing shit at us. And then it turned into a full-on hailstorm of beer cans. Jesus Christ, Mike, come on. A full-on hailstorm of beer cans and bottles. So mid-show, we broke the fuck out and we drove back to London. After all this, you think we would have taken a break for a sec, right? You know, just to let things calm down a little. But we didn't. We went straight from all of that to tour Japan. Then after the tour of Japan, we came back to the United States and toured that shit all over again. No breaks.
It just didn't stop. Russell was like, "You're going back on tour, and you're going to make a lot of money, and you're going to be happy rock stars." All right, Russell, whatever you say. I mean, he was the manager, so if he's like, "You're going out on tour," well then, that's what you do. We didn't really question it so much. I mean, we felt like we had to be out there doing this, but we weren't really mature enough to be able to express that we started to not like our own songs, which is a really shitty feeling.
Yauk was the first one to start showing signs of not wanting to be there. I mean, it's not like we weren't having fun as friends. It's just the show started to become just that, a show. A fucking gimmick. I mean, we were all tired. We missed our families. We missed being home. We missed things like just going to the deli to get a sandwich. We missed being the people we used to be. All the dumb shit we were saying, and the go-go cage, and the fucking beer, and the dick in the box, and the whole thing was just getting fucking embarrassing. We were burning out.
In a flash, Beastie Boys went from being a funny, tipsy guy with the lampshade on his head to the ugly drunk dude that people were trying to get out of their apartment.
It's like that Bill Murray movie, Groundhog Day. You know, where he keeps living the same day over and over. But in our movie, it was the fucking dick going up in the air at the end of every show. The problem was, we built the fucking box, and we're the dicks stuck inside the box. It became, how can we get through the show fast enough so the stupid dick can get back in the box and we can get the fuck off stage?
Whatever happened to the Beastie Boys? In late 1986, they released License to Ill, one of the most successful debut albums of all time. But they've yet to record a follow-up and have gone their separate ways since their tour with Run DMC ended last fall. These days, Mike D and MCA are playing in bands around New York. As for Ad Rock, he's been in Los Angeles making his movie debut.
You just transferred to Sherman, didn't you?
Yeah.
I moved here last summer. I got this great house.
Do you want to help me wash this car?
Now?
Okay, so that was a movie I was in right after the License to Ill tour. It's called Lost Angels, and it's awful. Please don't go look it up, okay? Please don't look it up and watch it. Please don't. Anyways, the last 12 months of touring felt like a tornado had ripped me out of my apartment in New York, spun me barfing all around the world, and dropped me on my head in Hollywood. And that's when I got cast to do that movie. I was 22 years old, and I did not know what the fuck had just happened. I hadn't talked to Adam or Mike for a couple months. We didn't have a fight or falling out or anything, but it was like the first time we didn't really want to hang out with each other. I guess we just needed a break to go our separate ways for a minute. Yauk was in New York, and he was really into his other band, Brooklyn. And I was in L.A. doing that movie. And Mike was, Mike, what were you doing?
Honestly, I was just experimenting with a lot of drugs.
Right. So as for me, I was running from all kinds of things. My mom had just passed away right before License to Ill came out, and the chance to escape into becoming a different person couldn't have come at the more perfect time. So after the tour, I continued to run away from anything I was feeling. One day after filming, I got back to the hotel I was staying at, and someone at the front desk said that there was a package waiting for me in my room. I get in my room, and there's this huge box, and it's from Yauk. I open the box, and inside the box is another box, and then another box, and another box, and another box. And then there was this big Ziploc bag with coffee grounds in it. So inside of that mess was a cassette tape. It was the demos for his band Brooklyn. It's weird to go from talking to someone every single day for years to all of a sudden not hear from them for a couple months. So it was really cool that he sent me this tape of his music. Like he did it so we could be connected as friends. But it definitely made me pause for a sec, like maybe that's just what he's doing now. Maybe he's done with Beastie Boys and we're not a band anymore.
Well, turns out we kind of weren't a band because Yauk quit. I mean, he didn't tell us about it until a couple of years later. He was sick of being the drunk guy at the party. Yauk said that Russell wasn't trying to hear him, and he kept trying to convince him that it was all fine and that he should just get back on tour and put water in a beer can and splash it all around and a whole bunch of other clown stuff. That was enough for Yauk. So he told Russell, I quit.
So during all this madness, we stopped being paid royalties. We made money for playing shows, like big shows, like Madison Square Garden shows, but $0 for the multi-platinum smash hit License to Ill. The fucking record that a group of friends made together, had intense and real fun making together, spent hours and hours laughing at coffee shops and clubs and studios, dorm rooms, taxis and parties. But now, for whatever reason, the record label decides that they should not fucking pay us. Rick and Russell, our friends, Def Jam.
We've been there with them from the beginning. We felt that Def Jam's success was success for us and vice versa, because we are all friends.
Allegedly, Russell said that we were in breach of our contract because we hadn't started recording a new record for Def Jam yet. I mean, Russell wanted a Fight for Your Right to Party Part 2 now.
When Russell signed us, we thought that he believed in us in some bigger way. But in hindsight, he just needed 3 white rappers to get on MTV. I mean, we could have been anybody.
Anyways, back to me, Los Angeles. So I'm out there and I'm working on this project.
Oh, actually, Spike, just indulge me. Can we see that clip where Adam goes into the pool?
No, we can just...
Can we see that again? We can... No, but play it like a few times in a row, just a few times. Now, I've never driven a car into a swimming pool.
Yeah, clearly.
Okay, but I'd like to think that if I were to do that, And when I felt the car going into the swimming pool, my reaction wouldn't be some kind of like sexual orgasmic experience.
I don't know, you guys. It's pretty fucking hot. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, I was out in Hollywood.
All right.
So, I'm out in Hollywood, and I was at this big Hollywood party, right? And I'm hanging out by the pool, as you do at Hollywood parties. And so, I hear this awesome music playing from somewhere. What is that? So I'm like, trying to figure out where this music's coming from. So I'm walking around the party trying to figure it out, right?
Champagne, sir?
Oh, thank you, Mike D. This is how I walk when I walk through Hollywood parties. Donnie Wahlberg, hey.
Are you done with that?
So I'm following the sound to try to figure out where it's coming from, and I get to a cassette player. And at the cassette player is this guy, Matt Dyke, and these guys, the Dust Brothers. And they said that they made this music. It was so awesome that I called Adam and Mike the next day, and I was like, you guys should come out to Los Angeles, and we should meet with these guys. And they came out. Now, I didn't know what it was going to be like when they came out, because we hadn't seen each other for, a few months. But when they got there, it felt like how it was supposed to be. We hung out. We listened to this music. So, like, any of this other stuff we were doing was fine, right? Yauch's band Brooklyn, me in the movie, Mike being Mike. But it reminded me, the Beastie Boys is what we should be doing with our lives, right? For me. And we made a very conscious decision moving forward. No manager, no producer, no record label would call the shots. It would be just the three of us. So, there's not that many times in your life when you realize you're in a new chapter. Chapter 6, a new chapter.
The music the Dust Brothers was making was incredible and totally inspired us to want to make another record. But the reality is, to continue being a band, we had to meet with some new record labels. One of them was Capitol Records. So we go up to meet the big-time president guy, and he was like, you guys didn't do anything on License to Ill. Let's be real. Rick and Russell did all that shit. You're like their creation. But at the same time, they're willing to bet on us, even though it's a long shot, that we just might give them a Fight for Your Right to Party Part 2. Now, we're embarrassed about that song, but we're not so embarrassed that we won't use it to get a record deal.
Right, so we get the record deal, but now we need a manager. And so we pick a manager for maybe not the smartest reasons ever. We picked this guy because he managed Kenny Rogers and Lionel Richie. And we thought that shit was funny.
Sometimes dumb jokes aren't always the best things to guide your financial future. All right? Also, we had this big idea. Like, okay, if we all live in a house together, we're really going to get a lot of stuff done. So we took all this money from our new fat record contract, and we rented a super expensive, fancy house up in the Hollywood Hills.
But not just any house in the Hollywood Hills. Like, this house was like a 70s museum.
Oh, it was like Heart to Heart combined with the Love Boat combined with like the Regal Beagle from Three's Company.
My man, Heart to Heart was just a great call out right there. That was awesome. Anyway, this house was owned by Alex and Madeline Grassoff.
Exactly. Now,
small detail.
Inside of this house, there's a locked closet.
And so, you know, when you're like in your 20s and you're curious and super high and there's a locked closet, what do? I mean, you fucking kick that closet open, right? You want to know what's inside. Inside the closet is all of Madeline Grassoff's awesome ensembles from the 70s. I mean...
Yeah. Like, we're talking suede patchwork duster coats.
I mean, like fucking satin jumpsuits. Everything transplendent and wonderful.
Like fur hats. I mean, special vests.
You guys, would you rather go have breakfast, you know, like in your Oscar Madison clothes? Or would you rather go have breakfast like this? This is the house that we stayed in, right? That's Mike. You look wonderful. And if you have a swimming pool and you don't have a bridge over it, you're fucking up. But listen, so my room wasn't in the house. It was like this weird side room that was like over here. And in the swimming pool was this little window that looked right into my room and from the room into the pool. And every couple of days at like 6 in the morning, I'd hear this loud banging noise, and I'd wake up and see this. It was Yauk saying, let's go get breakfast. So our daily routine was to wake up at this crazy grass-off house, go have some breakfast, and then we go meet Matt Dyke and the Dust Brothers at the studio. Matt Dyke was a DJ, and he had thousands and thousands of records piled all over his apartment. And he was just cool. I don't know. We wanted to know what he knew about.
The Dust Brothers were computer science students at Claremont College. Easy Mike was the DJ. John was like this computer whiz. And shit, we'd never even seen a computer in a recording studio before. And we went sample crazy.
It's the joy.
The Dust Brothers opened up a whole new creative world for us. We were just layering and layering and layering, making each song as dense as possible with lyrics and samples and jokes. We're taking 2 things, 3 things, we're blending them in and out so the song is like a whole collage. We thought we were on some next level shit.
I remember one night up at the Grass-Off house, Yauk was playing mixes of what we were working on super, super loud. And we were looking out all over the twinkling lights of Los Angeles below, and, well, we were pretty stoned at the time. And Yauk turns to me, and he goes, yo, this is dope. And I elegantly replied, yeah, this is pretty special, dude.
I mean, it was actually. Because around this time, Yauk got loose creatively. Now, without Rick and Russell around, we were doing everything ourselves. See, a band's got a lot more to do than just write a song and put it out. Like photo shoots, press photos or whatnot. Like, after License to Ill came out, the last thing we wanted to do is some weird photo session with some stranger we didn't know. So Yauk got this idea. He's telling us, like, we'll do the pictures ourselves. You take this little, like, squeezy thing and you connect to the camera, and then we take this here, right? I love that picture of you, Mike.
Oh, thank you. So then we had to make a record cover. Of course, Yauk's like, oh, simple. We're going to use this camera that takes a 360-degree picture, and that's going to be the album cover.
Okay, here's the thing. We're together every single day, always. So, like, how does Yauk would just know about all these things, and we're always like, oh, that's cool. How the fuck does he know about that? That's just super weird.
Again, usually when you put out a record, the fancy record company assigns you to a big-time fancy director. But, of course, with us, like, we were pretty paranoid at the time. We didn't trust anybody. So Yauk's like, oh, no, we're going to get my uncle, the legendary Swiss filmmaker, Nathaniel Hornblower. He's going to come over, he's going to help us out, and he's going to direct all of our videos.
Yauk's really humble about this, right? Like, he credited his uncle for a lot of the experimentation and for the direction. But, like, Yauk is the driving force.
But actually, in the Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun video, that stuff is just really us wearing Marilyn Grassoff's clothes. Like, that was one day that we just put on a bunch of her clothes and just went and drove around and videotaped ourselves. So, thanks, Marilyn. Solid.
Was around a lot at the time, which was kind of cool because he was Yauk's uncle, but like he was a fucking drunk, Mike. I don't know how else to say it.
He liked his wineskin.
Right,
yeah.
So it's like we're all doing our thing, and then there's like this weird old Swiss guy just like crashed out on the couch. Look, this is what we used to have to deal with Yauk's uncle.
Yeah, this is a little strange for me because I'm not used to being on this side of the camera. I'm preferred to be behind it.
Certainly dressed for the part.
Well, this is our traditional clothing from where I'm from. And you made joke about it, but I made joke about you walking around in a business suit someplace, and maybe that's silly to me, okay? Maybe I'm laughing at you right now.
Somehow, between the weed, the breakfast, the parties, we finished the record and the artwork, and we hand it all in.
Like this. So, we were excited. We finished this record we were really proud of. People were going to buy it and hear it and see that we were more than just those fight for your right to party guys, right? You think we would have been humbled by the falling out with Def Jam, but no. We were on top of the world.
Yo, what's up? It's the Beastie Boys for Yo MTV Rap. Boy! Girl, you know it's true. Like D is in love with you.
In the lead up to the record release, we were doing loads of interviews. I mean, shit, we were ready to play Madison Square Garden and blow the fuck up. And Capitol Records were all in. They were maybe even more amped than we were.
The Beasties are not concept masterminded by someone else. And the extraordinary success of their first album, Licensed to Ill, was no fluke. The word on the street from respected rappers, from Eazy-E to MC Hammer to Public Enemy, is that these guys are real indeed. The music is stupid fresh. And they have the stuff. So enough talk. Let's raise the flag up the pole. Batman, watch out. The Beasties are going to be in your face this summer.
And then, on July 25th, 1989,
with the entire world waiting,
our new record, Paul's Boutique, comes out and... nothing. Crickets. Chapter 7. Crickets. No radio was playing the new songs. No MTV's playing the new video. No shows. Nobody gave a shit. They all moved on. It felt like we were a haircut that they got in the 7th grade and thought was really cool, but now they were embarrassed about it and just wanted to pretend it never happened.
I remember being really surprised that Paul's Boutique didn't do better than it did when it came out, because I kept feeling while we were working on it like it was so much better of a record than Licensed to Ill. So then when we were working on Paul's Boutique, I just kept thinking like, wow, this sounds so much better. I would imagine this is going to do like much better than that. So when it didn't, then I was kind of like, well, you never know. And so now I don't even try and guess these days.
Nobody cared that we had a new record out. No one that is, except for our dear old friend, Mr. Don Cornelius.
Beasties. How you doing, gentlemen?
What's up, Don? Right.
Hey, man. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, Don?
All right. To you too, brother. Hey, man, what is the Don Cornelius?
Don, you made it up, man. You're the man. Yo, but seriously, we just want to say, we've been on the show before or whatever, but, we've been watching the show since, a lot of people don't realize since we were kids. That's how long. Yo, I got the Soul Train albums here.
Whenever you're in town, always make this a stop, okay?
All right, man. All right.
The Beastie Boys!
You straight threatened Don Cornelius. You got right in his... Can we show that again?
Yo, I got the Soul Train albums here.
Dude, why, Mike? I'm wearing like some kind of blouse.
Dude.
Okay.
Well, it looks like you don't even know how to wear a shirt. We looked like 4 different people in 4 different bands.
Yeah. Now, I just want to point out, Adam, not to go in too hard, but it looks like you're about to throw up on DJ Hurricane's shoulder right there. You're not doing too good.
I think I was either about to fall asleep or cry.
And I have to apologize right now to Mr. Don Cornelius, because I'm being very unnecessarily aggressive towards him, right? I guess whatever I smoked is like the stuff that makes you like, I don't know, like look at your best friend and just like punch him in the gut and then knee him in the nuts. Like the mad aggressive strain.
Jesus Christ, Mike. It's very specific.
I smoked I think the one I smoked, it must have been called like Steven Seagal.
You guys, footnote, in 1988, we went to see Jimmy Cliff play. And we're super stoned in the back of the thing, and in the middle of the Jimmy Cliff show, it's like summertime, outdoor show, stops the song, and he's like, right now, I want to bring out to the stage a great, great actor, Mr. Steven Seagal.
Well, he was a little more like, he's like, right now,
All right,
great actor.
You gotta do the Jamaican accent. And fucking Steven Seagal comes out in like a full ninja outfit and starts banging on the timbales and then leaves.
Yep, and you know, Adam, that was some crazy shit.
Is that just not funny? I don't know what. It's
I think
not
we were
funny.
right to cut it.
Yeah, I think so. We'll cut it. So, all right, we clearly were a mess right at this point, right?
Definitely. So, putting all your efforts, your time, your excitement into something and hearing crickets, I was a little crushed.
I mean, we were all ready to have Paul's Boutique blow up, and it came and went, and it was kind of sobering.
Yo, what's up? Mike D here, what's up?
Oh, hello, my friend. It's Bill Harper, your accountant.
Oh, shit, what's up, Holmes? How you feeling?
I need to discuss some things with you. As it turns out, your financial picture has changed a bit. Seems you guys don't really have any money anymore.
What?
You see, my friend Mike D, you guys went to L.A., you moved there, you rent this crazy house with a fucking bridge over a swimming pool, you get these crazy expensive cars, you spend millions of dollars at crazy expensive studios.
That was for work, though.
You spend fucking $4,200 on fucking almond milk a week.
Also for work.
And you know what happens? You go fucking broke.
Shit, Bill, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Hey, I gotta go, Mike. I got Donny Osmond on the other line. We call this time period Paul's Purgatory.
But the good news is we signed a multi-record deal with Capitol, so whether they liked it or not, they had to give us the money to make another record. But we had to downsize a little bit. We had wasted all this money recording Paul's Boutique at these fancy studios, so we figured, fuck it. Let's take the money for the record, build our own studio, and we'd save a whole lot. We found this old Elks Lodge ballroom in Atwater, this sleepy part of Los Angeles where nothing was happening, right? We built a bare bones recording studio with a basketball hoop, and Yauk made a skate ramp. We wanted to start playing more and more of our own music again, even if we didn't know what that meant at first.
So we moved out of that grass-off house, and we each got much cheaper places to live. I mean, shit, Yauk was living in a fucking log cabin. Right? For real. We definitely downsized. But like always, we wanted to do what we always do. Just make music, hang out, bullshit. But this time we wanted to do it differently. We figured instead of just sampling music that we love, why not try playing it with our instruments? I mean, shit, why not try to sound like the Meters? We sucked at first. I was a punk guitar player, and now I'm trying to play jazz and soul. It wasn't pretty. I mean, Mike was decent on the drums. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But Yauk goes and buys an acoustic bass and just magically knew how to play it. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried to play one of those things, but it's really fucking hard.
So our new routine was to show up at our clubhouse every day and play music with our friends Money Mark and Mario C. We met Mario C working on Paul's Boutique. He was the Dust Brothers engineer, and we asked him to help us build our studio. And we ended up getting him to stay and make music with us.
Now, when we were staying at that crazy expensive house in Hollywood, Mike crashed his car into the driveway gate.
True.
But Mario had a friend who was a carpenter, Mark Nishida, and he came over to fix it. But Mario said he's also this really great keyboard player. So when we got our studio and started playing, we asked him to come help us make our sound more funky. Turn that up a little bit. So that's Yauk. Yauk on the bass. I'm on the guitar.
Listen to that guitar, Adam. The guitar break.
You got some hi-hat patterns, Mike. Mark's on the organ. I mean, we're getting it together, right, Mike? So this went on for like a year or so, and we couldn't have been happier. We're learning how to play our instruments, and we're chopping up samples. We're making beats we were into. We were making music we really liked. The only problem was we weren't finishing any songs.
When it came time to do vocals on a song, we'd get hesitant and shy. We'd been in a weird headspace, just kind of confused with what our voices were. What should our vocals even sound like? We think we're rappers because our first 2 albums were rap albums, but what were we going to rap about? We didn't really feel like we're the guys who made License to Ill or Paul's Boutique, but we didn't know exactly where that left us.
And then one morning, I was at home, and I got woken up by the kind of call I never got before. A call from a friend's parent crying on the phone. Our friend Dave Skilkin's dad called and told me that Dave had died of an overdose. He was 20 years old.
I hadn't really lost a close friend like that. People on our periphery, but no one that close. This felt really different.
David Skilkin.
We all went back to New York for Dave's service.
Say hi, Dave.
Hi. It was just so fucking sad.
This is Dave Skilkin. This is Shoddy 1.
Afterwards, we all ended up at some bar, because that's just what you do when a friend passes away. You get beers and sit around and tell stories about them.
Now, we felt a little self-conscious when we run into old friends at that time. We thought when they'd see us, they'd see the fight for your right to party guys and would be jerks about it. But it wasn't like that with Kate and all our old friends. We just sat around and missed our friend Dave. And it meant a lot more to the 3 of us than we realized. There was a reason that we'd all been friends. And the whole trip was like a connection to New York City. And it felt good to be with everybody again.
As sad as this all was, we went back to our clubhouse in LA. And I don't know if it was meeting up with our friends or having our lives switched up, but we got inspired, and all of a sudden, we started finishing shit.
And it gave us this kind of sense of like, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, our music could include everything we loved, and our album could be like a mixtape of all different types of music, including any sounds or a dialogue or samples or anything that we thought was funny.
When you're 22, you don't know what to do with your feelings. We couldn't articulate it to each other how we felt. But I do think that having all of those feelings and not knowing what to do with them, you kind of just put it into whatever you're making.
People, how you doing? There's a new day dawning. It's a brand new morning. Such a long ride, it's such a longing. But now the sun is shining, let's roll back the morning. This is the type of kind of like a formal dedication. Even at a shout, so much inspiration. All I ever really want to do is get nice, get loose, and screw a little slice of life. Sending out love to all corners of the land. I jump up on the stage and take the mic in my hand. I'm not playing the role, just being who I am. And if you're trying to test me, I couldn't give a damn.
Yo, we were like, fuck it, right? I mean, we should make whatever we like. I mean, if the Clash have punk and reggae and rap songs on their records, why can't we?
I mean, why not a stoner song next to a rap song next to a hardcore song? This is our song, Time for Living. We just wanted to experiment and do all different types of shit that we could do. We played our instruments and we sampled that. We'd never done that before. And while experimenting, we gave ourselves permission to do stuff like sing. And we'd never done that either. But we were like, fuck it, let's try it.
This song's called Something's Gotta Give. Yauk wrote the lyrics, which are about change and growth. And that makes sense because right around this time, Yauk was exploring everything. There was no boundary he wasn't interested in crossing. Like calling me at fucking 4:30 in the morning, being like, oh, I'm recording these pigeons, you gotta hear it. And I'm like, dude, I'm sleeping. But that's not what we're talking about. I'm saying he was in full-on transformation mode. He was traveling the world, he was snowboarding out of helicopters, he was trekking in Nepal. Whatever it was, he went out and found out about it. Film, Buddhism, music, meeting people everywhere from all different worlds.
If you can feel what I'm feeling, then it's a musical masterpiece. Hear what I'm dealing with, and that's cool at least. What's running through my mind comes through in my walk. True feelings are shown from the way that I talk.
So after 2 full years of being immersed in our clubhouse, we finished our record. Check your head.
Chapter 8, the record that changed everything.
That was kind of perfect timing, bro. HG wants to take a real quick, like 2-minute break, 3-minute break to run to the bathroom. So go to the bathroom, everybody. Grab a drink. Welcome, Be Wonky. Thank you for being here, man. We're gonna get right back into it. Pele, so good to see you, homie. It's good to have you back on the block, brother. Duty, yeah, I agree, man. I think it would be dope to have been to the live show. And I don't know. Usually when they do something like this, it's because it's a one-time thing. But then I think about like the Mike Tyson story when he did his stage thing like this. He ended up going on tour, and maybe they're gonna go on tour and bring this around the world and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think I would go though. Just because it's weird not seeing MCA. You feel me? It's like when you go to a Run DMC show and Jam Master Jay's not there, it's like somebody different on the turntables. It's weird, man. It doesn't feel, perfect, man. What's up, baby? What's up, Rez? Yeah, nah, we started streaming around midnight, 11 o'clock, midnight. And, yeah, we're there's legit probably about 35 minutes left, and then we're gonna say our goodbyes and get off the block. But yeah, we've been on since Thursday, man, starting at about 11. My sleep schedule is upside down compared to the rest of the world, but fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know what? No, like, it's not even 6 a.m. yet. I don't think we've gotten off before 6 a.m. since we got back on the block like last Thursday. Yesterday, I know we didn't get off for like until like damn near 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock maybe. California time. But it's good to see you, Raz. So hopefully everybody's taking a bathroom break, man. Shout out to the Beastie Boys, man. This really made me want to I've wanted to paint the Beastie Boys, but here's the thing. It's kind of why I haven't done Run DMC or the Tribe Called Quest or, De La, because it's tough. I just finished a double portrait, and it's tough when you're painting, 3 on 1 canvas or more. You know what I'm saying? It's legit triple the time. For me, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe, because I'm going back and forth. But, you got to get all 3 of them perfect. You feel me? But I think when I do a Beastie Boys painting, shit's going to be the dopest shit out there. You feel me? Same thing with my Run DMC. Officially, United Masters, welcome to the block, baby. I'm Savo. This is the block. Feel free to join in. Yeah, you should, man. Definitely. Yeah, always turn on your notifications. If you're on the block, just go up and make sure your little bell is on. You feel me? I tell everybody because we haven't come up with like a full schedule. Like May 4th, we're gonna be having a dual stream with Jeremy Worst, a multi-stream with Jeremy Worst, in honor of Star Wars. Jeremy Worst is gonna be doing a Star Wars painting, and I guarantee you it's gonna have a big booty bitch. He's got a couple Star Wars joints right now with big booty girls, and they're redunculous. You know, J-Dub get down. And I'm gonna be doing like a Baby Yoda. So my Baby Yoda is just a big ass. It's huge, man. It's a big ass painting. Oh, dude, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm back. Drinks and snacks refilled. I wish I had some snacks, bro. I got so used to not eating snacks on my diet when I lost all my weight, or I lost weight. Damn, I look like I'm tired. Look at that shit. You see how dark that shit is? That shit look like I got socked in the eye. Is that a shadow? What the fuck? Hold on. Yeah, I need to get some sleep, homie. Pistachios? Say less, homie. Say less. Hold on. Say less. I'm about to order something right fucking now. Say less, player. Fucking with this Amazon. Pistachios. Oh, yep. Shell or no shell? I like pistachios with the motherfucking shell, though. $5, 1.5 ounce bags, and there's 9 of them. What kind of shit is 2 pounds for $24? 2 pounds no shell for $15. I want shelled pistachios, and I need Prime. This is one of my favorite ice creams is pistachio ice cream, for real, for real. Pistachio Lovers Mix from Planters. That's got a lot of different nuts. I like putting salted nuts in my mouth. 3 pounds, $31. Fuck. Roasted and salted pistachios. Whole Foods. 24 ounces. $11.99. There we go. Shout out to Whole Foods. Let me order this shit. Garlic flavored pistachio. That shit sounds delicious as fuck. That sound hella delicious. I'm gonna order that shit right now. All right, back to the movie. We're almost done, man. About for those who want to know, like 35 minutes.
We were really psyched on Check Your Head, and we wanted to go out and play shows, so we found a new manager, John Silva. Now, he told us that if we were serious about going on tour, we'd have to bust our asses playing tons of clubs and work super hard to try and build it back up to playing bigger places. He was honest with us, and he was right, because not that many people give a shit about us at the time. And he's still our manager today. So, good news, we now had our squad to go on tour. Bad news, we had to do a ton of work.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Barely getting by, it's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you
So 5 years earlier, we're at Madison Square Garden, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now we're playing clubs. You'd think we'd be bummed out about it, but actually, falling off can be fun. Even though we're playing to just a couple hundred people, those shows were packed.
The crowd was way different now than it was in '87. License to Ill was like arena rock. The shows in '92 were packed with like-minded weirdos.
People we felt connected to.
I mean, we were playing shows for people we would actually want to hang out with. But we were still figuring out how to be this new version of our band. And after a year playing shows, we started to know what we were doing. It wasn't until like the end of the Check Your Head tour that I actually and confidently considered myself to be a musician.
So we'd just spent a year touring, and we started recording again. We were having so much fun being together and playing music together, why stop? It was almost like Check Your Head and Ill Communication were one thing, and we just kept going and going.
I mean, we were psyched to go into the studio every night. All of our friends would come through, and they'd hang out. I mean, shit, we had a basketball court and a half pipe. I mean, not to mention tons of music gear. So many amazing people would stop by. Q-Tip played basketball, and he'd record a verse on a song, get it together. Christian Hosoi and Jason Lee, they'd come over to skate. Bismarck E would come over a lot. Now, one day, our old friend Jill Kniff called me and asked to listen to the demo tape of her band, Luscious Jackson. Yeah. Yauk was like, this is awesome. We should just start a record label and put it out. Now we have a record label, Grand Royal. The music was amazing, and what made it even more special to us, Kate joined Luscious Jackson when they went out to play shows. So 10 years later, we're back in each other's lives.
So all this stuff was happening under one roof, G-Sun, our studio.
Now one day, I walked in and I heard Yauk playing this awesome bass line. It was so good, it seemed like it must have been a song already. I was like, yo, Yauk, what is that? And he was like, it's ours, I just wrote it. So I sat down, I start playing drums with him. Then Keyboard Money Mark sits down, he starts playing the organ, and then Adam puts on his guitar, he starts to play. We made a quick arrangement, and we recorded it.
It was the fastest song we'd ever made. And it was kind of our favorite instrumental we had, but for whatever reason, it just sat around for months and months with no vocals. When we were getting ready to finish the record, we knew we had to do something with that song. We tried a bunch of different ideas to make it a rap song, but it wasn't working. And I had this idea that I would go to Mario C's house, and he would record me screaming a bunch of stuff. The lyrics were all about how Mario was the worst person ever, and how he was always sabotaging us and holding us back. And I thought it would be funny to just stand next to him and scream that shit when he recorded it. I had this idea that we should take some pictures of us as undercover cops eating donuts and shit, right? But we were like, fuck it. We should make a video for that instead. And Spike came over and we played dress up like we usually do, just running around like maniacs with no proper permits or cops or fire department or anything. Well, that changed everything for us again.
That summer, we began headlining the Lollapalooza tour. So, we're in Minnesota. We're in this huge field, and there's like bonfires off in the distance. And people are going crazy. And we go back on for our encore, and we play Sabotage. And a sea of people go next level crazy. We come off the stage, and we look at each other, and we're like, wow, we have our new last song.
And to think all of that came from Yauk, just playing a bass line. Now, all of us have been in a room where a friend of yours, just kind of says or does something randomly that seems cool. But when one of those things that doesn't seem like much in the moment becomes something long-lasting and impactful, that just doesn't happen that often.
Now, last year, we did a bunch of interviews about Beastie Boys' book that we wrote. And the thing that we were most asked about were these lyrics that Yauk had written for his song Sure Shot.
I wanna say a little something that's all overdue. The disrespect of women has got to be due to all the mothers and the sisters and the wives and friends. I wanna offer my love and respect to the end.
Now, when he said that, it wasn't like some huge momentous occasion. It was just something that Yauk wrote with some other lyrics and said it when it was his turn on the mic. And we were like, wow, that's cool that he said that. Not only did he speak to a lot of people, he spoke to the two of us.
So those years recording and touring on those 2 records were so important to us. We changed directions of our band. We changed how we wanted to be as people and friends. We thought about the world instead of just our world. When we were large in 1987, we were on American Bandstand, and we did not give a fuck.
You wake up late for school, man, you don't wanna
We weren't really like working on our craft so much.
But 7 years later, when we played Sabotage at the MTV Awards, we were locked in.
Andando na rua lavando meio bolas.
Hey, yo, when we would play festivals or TV shows with other bands on it, we looked at that shit like a competition. We played to win. I mean, we said that kind of half joking, but like kind of half like almost for 100% serious, right? I mean, we wanted everyone that watched that show or went to that festival to go home and tell their friends the next day, fucking Beastie Boys house the set, right? We played that shit to win. So when we played those MTV Awards, I mean, we won. Yeah, Mike? No? Yes? No?
Definitely.
Got the W, yes?
No doubt. Pulled down the W, people.
But later that night, Spike Jonze was nominated for Best Director for the Sabotage video, but didn't win. And that's when Yauk's Uncle Hornblower fucking lost it.
The winner of Best Director in a Video is...
REM.
This is an outrage because Spike is a director that has just... I'm from Switzerland, okay? Let me just tell everyone that. And since I was a small boy, I had dreamed that Spike would win this. And now this has happened. And I just want to tell everyone that this is a farce, that I had all the ideas for Star Wars and everything. Wow.
Chapter 9. I'm going back to New York City. I do believe I can.
So Los Angeles was great for us, right? From having houses with bridges over swimming pools, a great studio, making great friends, making tons of music, and actually becoming musicians. But we were there for 8 years, and time kind of flew by. We were around 30 years old by now, and we missed home. I mean, we missed our families.
Yauk was the first to move back to New York. He was done with bouncing around the world, and he just wanted to be back in New York and be a New Yorker. Me and Adam soon followed so the three of us could pursue our true passion, astrophysics. But that didn't really work out.
Summer of '96. We're back home living a grown-up version of our high school days. Nothing to do but wander around trying to link up, hanging out with some new friends, hearing some new music, and making new music. It's not so much that we settled down, it's more like we settled in.
So after a couple of years of doing what we usually do, make music, order some food, bullshit, hang out, make more music, we finished a record. It may be our favorite because it's so experimental. Hello Nasty.
And when we went on tour for that record, it was the biggest tour we'd ever done. It's not that Fight for Your Right to Party got erased, but at this point we were kind of fine without it. By that time, we were almost grown-ups. The beer and the dick and the frat dudes were gone. You could barely see them anymore. By now, we were a little older. We had other things to do, separately, like grown-up stuff. We were in serious relationships. We had a record label, a magazine, a bicycle store. But the three of us made a life making records and touring and playing shows together. It's not so much that we grew up. It's more like we wised up. Now, we can say that our reflection on the mistakes we made came from Yauk and the ideas that he brought back to us. But that's partly true. I mean, we were ready for change. We encouraged each other to do and say what we wanted to do. If Yauk wanted to make a song called Bodhisattva Vow about a Buddhist vow to make the world a better place, of course. That's fucking awesome.
We have the maturity to realize that what we make and have made matters and affects people in good and bad ways. We're grateful that we've been around long enough to comment on it, and we're lucky enough to be able to do something about it now. And there's a song on Hello Nasty called Song from the Man that Adam wrote, Adam wrote this one about the ways that so many men act when a woman walks by. An interviewer called him out as a hypocrite and challenged him about the song coming from the Fight for Right to Party guy. And when I heard his answer, I was proud to be his friend. He said something like, "I'd rather be a hypocrite than the same person forever."
All right. I'm going to tell you a story about, I'm going to tell you a story from our book, Beastie Boys book. All right. It's called The Last Gig. We didn't know it was going to be the last gig we'd ever play. Everything that happened that day was totally normal. The gig was headlining a huge festival in Tennessee called Bonnaroo, and it was in 2009. Thousands and thousands of people were going to be there, and we were the headliner. We went down to Tennessee early because we were going to shoot a video for a new song that hadn't come out yet. It was us, the rapper Nas, and Roman Coppola was going to direct it. It was oddly normal for us to play these huge concerts and to have someone like Roman with a Bolex camera filming us running around supermarkets in Tennessee. The weirder, the more normal for us by then. Things in life never come full circle. Maybe once or twice they're hexagonal, but to me, they're almost always misshapen, as if drawn by a toddler. There's common threads, sure. Yauk and me and Mike are still together, still laughing, still family. Al Green was finishing his set on one of the many stages at the festival, and so hearing his voice in the distance was comforting, just like how it was when I was in high school, in my bedroom, waiting for them to come over. But now we're such a great distance from them. The rear view was nearly impossible to reposition. Kate Schellenbach wasn't there with us in Tennessee. John Barry wasn't there. Dave Skilkin, Bosco, the captain, Dave Parsons, Mike's dad. Mike's dad, my mom, not there. So many more. Now, me and Adam and Mike were older, and we knew it. We were about to put out a new record, and we were still very much in the game, though. We were getting ready to start all over again. Headlining a huge festival is very different from a nice turnout at CBGB's. But shit, man, we didn't know it was going to be the last show we'd ever play.
A major loss in the music business. Adam Yauk of the Beastie Boys has died after a long fight with cancer. He was known as MCA, and the three musicians together were among the few at the vanguard of a movement Yauk was a self-taught musician and later a filmmaker. Adam Yauk, MCA, was 47 years old.
I mean, we all have different types of friends.
There's the one that's kind of an asshole, but fun to be around once in a while.
Fun to get drunk and talk shit with, but you never actually call on them for physical or emotional help because they're just unreliable. Or there's a friend you see once in a while and it's a nice hangout and you're always like, I should spend more time with that person. But for some reason, you just don't.
Then there's that true friend, the one you'd be on the phone with forever.
The one that helps you move or meets you at the hospital or has a permanent spot in their couch for you, just in case you'd ever need it.
Now, those types of friends are rare. We all know.
But there's an even rarer type of friend, the one that gets you motivated.
The one that not only gets themselves going and doing great things, but says we should all get together and do this.
And then does it.
Adam Yauk was that type of friend.
A once-in-a-lifetime type of friend.
The friend that makes it happen. The friend that inspires you to go big. Can we turn this up? This is a song that Yauk wrote for Hello Nasty.
Now, around 1990, Yauk went to India and Nepal and met Tibetans in exile, and he wanted to understand their vow of nonviolence.
Why did they choose not to fight back against the government that would beat and imprison a person just for waving a Tibetan flag? He wanted to know more. He wanted to help. But in typical Yauk fashion, instead of just writing a check to some organization, he started his own, the Milarepa Fund. And he organized the first Tibetan Freedom Concert, a massive 2-day benefit concert in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco in 1996.
It was the biggest charity concert since Live Aid. I mean, what he did was historic. Hundreds of thousands of people had Free Tibet on their tongues and on their bumper stickers. They heard the call for nonviolence all because of that guy in Beastie Boys. I mean, who does that?
Yauk, Mike, and I have spent more time with each other than with our own families, really. So when it comes to my friend, the rapper Mike D, a.k.a. Sweet Lou, a.k.a. Michael Lewis Diamond, I know him, right? Like everything. And he knows me just the same. But Adam Yauk, a puzzle, a conundrum.
A labyrinth of ideas and emotions, an enigma, a wild card. And after 35 years of friendship, I never knew what he was going to do or say next. He was a living contradiction of people's ideas of how or what you're supposed to be or do. I mean, he's the Buddhist guy who's telling me how last night he was at this after party for some fashion show. And he's the fight for your right to party dude who went trekking through Nepal on some kind of discovery quest, and then he met with politicians in Washington, D.C., letting them know what he'd seen and what he learned.
He once told me that the main draw to him about the Dalai Lama was that he was a funny dude. Now, obviously, there were so many other reasons he was drawn to spirituality, faith, and Buddhism, right? But the funny dude made perfect sense to me coming from Yauk. Because funny is very important.
Who gets to show up to work every day only to work with their two best friends? I did. I guess that makes me one lucky duck. I mean, it's not like all of it was easy or highlight-filled every moment. I mean, there'd be times when two of us wanted to do something so badly, when every cell in your body's like, yes, we're doing this, only to have one of us say, you know, that might be cool for you guys, but I'm just not so into it. And then I'd go home and I'd complain to whoever would listen, and I'd be like, oh my God, you won't believe what Horovitz did today. I mean, he's driving me fucking crazy. But as attached as any of us might have been to any song or lyric or idea, we still loved each other and being together even more.
If I can, I just want to cut in here and say that I love these guys, and I've grown up with them, and I think they're great, and I just love them.
Suck a dick. I forget I was muted. I was saying that I don't think that it was a more simple time. I just think it was the time when rap music was great and hip hop was great. the beginnings. You know what I'm saying? The foundations. And I was gonna say, Chode, put it in the chat, but it better be dope, or I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about you, player. And it's good to see you, Zero. Really good to see you, man. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, come on, man. It's the block, baby. I think, is that it? I forgot. I know I stopped it at one point, and I was like, "Fuck, I shouldn't have stopped it." Yeah, see, I didn't think so. My bad.
Yo, let me tell you.
My bad. Hold on.
Another plane, another train, another bottle in the brain. The Beastie Boys rapped in No Sleep Till Here. Eric, what is...
You must be talking about grunge. 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 Grunge.
Did anyone notice at Cozy Soup and Burger, when you get the burger, they have an ice cream scooper, and they have a drawer with the meat, and they just like put it in there, and they put the scoop of meat on the grill?
Fun fact, when we were kids, we'd be like, yo, one day when we're grown-ups, we're gonna get a fucking meat drawer at our house. For real.
Right? Definitely.
What is it like touring with the Foo Fighters and Sonic Youth?
I mean, the Foo Fighters, I grew up with these guys since when I was like 4 years old. I used to...
Yo, let me tell you.
These kids is nuts. These kids is like off the hook, these kids.
For real. Let me tell you, me and Sonic Youth go back like babies and pacifiers.
That's right.
For real.
Yeah, these kids is like, go on. Yo, I used to watch Dogs with Thurston.
Man, we already watched that dog already.
You don't have to get mad at me.
We watched Yo, what's up, man? Y'all can't watch Dogs for the rest of your life, man. Let's go on tour, man. Let's go do some shows.
So we are psyched and we are surprised, but we are also surprised that Rick...
And we were also surprised Rick was Russian?
That's why we like click. All these, groups is like click.
Yeah, we're running like one big click, you know what I'm saying?
What was your favorite part of the show?
I think,
when we came out, it was a good part.
I think when these dudes were on, when they were playing King of Rock and we were on, that was probably like
that's the little flash part, yeah.
I think that's a great
All right, it's our click.
Yeah, just united click.
Okay,
because
Mike's lost his fucking shit. What the fuck is wrong with Mike?
You need shoes to go with those, my
Where are
brother.
the shoes at?
He's killing
I can't find the shoes or the suede pants.
When MTV comes across a video that is visually striking and pushes the boundaries of video making, we crown it a breakthrough video. Shadrach is interesting for two reasons. First, because the animation is so well done, and second, because it was directed and animated by a member of the band. Directors Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris shot some footage of the Beastie Boys in concert, and then band member MCA took the footage and painted over it frame by frame to create some terrific animation. Check out his handiwork. This is the brand new one from the Beastie Boys. It's Shadrach.
Wait a second, Adam. Wait 1 second. I'm sorry, Adam. Adam.
What is it, David Cross?
I'm sorry, what is that?
What is it, Ben Stiller?
Hey, guys.
What? Who's?
How you doing?
Oh, hey, Steve Buscemi.
Hey.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was walking down the street to get my scratch-off tickets, and I couldn't help it over here.
I just woke up, but I thought I heard you mention Paul's Boutique.
Their newest album is called License to Kill, and it went platinum after only 8 weeks. License to Kill, right?
That's ill, Joey.
Well, I'm telling you, I got my stupid contacts in. Hold on. Their album is called License to Ill. That's a stupid name for an album.
Everybody knows Paul's Boutique was a huge commercial failure.
An abject failure.
It was a flop.
Couldn't get any worse.
Nobody bought it.
That must have been like so humiliating.
I bought it.
Huge.
I bought that album. I have that album on vinyl.
For reminding us.
Thank
and I have
that tree fell in the forest.
12 inches
like
too.
Nobody heard that shit, right? And so my question to you is, how did you go on? I mean, not even how. Why did you continue to go on as a band?
But
retroactively, as we all know, it's now hailed as one of the most influential rap albums ever, right?
I'm just saying, Adam, that to me, it's kind of like a rap Pet Sounds.
Due to its dense use of samples, layers.
And I'm here, you're talking about it like, oh, it's like, oh, nobody, you know, liked it. And I feel like you do this thing where you're like, it wasn't good, so I'm going to say it wasn't good, but I really think I want you to feel that it's good. It's like a thing in your head where you want us to feel bad, but it's really because you feel bad for yourself. I don't want to get into what it's about. And this is not a big thing. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man?
What's up?
Hey.
And tonight, we're gonna world premiere Jimmy James.
All right.
Is that from the Little Rascals when they go, "What's your name?" Jimmy James. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same.
No, actually, it's from My Three Sons, the episode where Uncle Charlie freaks out with the cleaver on all the kids.
Okay, I think, you know, when it comes to touring, like, out of all the tours we did, I think, like, the weirdest person we toured with is Mike, bro. Like, yo, this kid is off the hook, man.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm in a band called Beastie Boys.
Oh, man. Darkness at the break of noon. Shadows over a silvery spoon. Handmade blades, child's balloon.
Hey, don't miss the Beastie Boys because they're on tour, Summer Sweat 92.
All right!
But then, what happens after?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, where do you go next?
Kick it! Party people, Run DMC and the Beastie Boys on their way your time right now, but we're gonna be cold kicking alive. Ain't that right, fellas? Oh, baby!
What's up with that?
We already watched that dog already.
You don't have to get mad at me.
That was nice, man. That was nice. I don't know what you guys talking about, man. That was nice, man. I'm glad we could do that, man. Movie night on the block. Shout out to the motherfucking Beastie Boys, man. They, I'm grateful. I'm old as hell, so obviously, I'm extremely grateful that I was able to be a part of, you know, their history is my history. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, you know, they were on stage, but I was around. Does that make sense? And I'm really glad that I'm an old ass fucker, because, you know, when it comes to hip hop, man, say what you want, but I live that shit. You feel me? You can have a podcast and talk shit about all you want, but if you're under fucking 40 years old, you should probably, my opinion. I'm glad you loved it, Pele. Hopefully everybody did, man. HG, thanks for hanging out so long, man. I really do appreciate you, player. I know it's kind of getting a little bit late, man. Claudie's been here all night. IMF came in, and but I know he's working all the time. I see everybody in chat, man. I appreciate all you guys being here, man. For real, for real. I don't want to shout you out because I know there's a gang of people lurking. Make sure you hit that follow button, though, for real. Turn your alarm on. May 4th, multi-stream with Jeremy Wurst and we're going to be doing Star Wars, our ode to Star Wars. I'll be doing Baby Yoda, big ass giant fucking Baby Yoda, which is ill. I designed it, is ill. It's Baby Yoda, but I designed it, is ill. And then Jeremy, of course, will be doing something with the big fat booty. Hip hop every night. Hopefully we'll get on the block about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow. But if you follow us on our social medias, I will definitely tweet about it. I'll snap it out. And then that way you get to know too. So if you put on your follow button, hit that alert. I know they're annoying as fuck. I have my alerts off for probably since they developed that shit. And I just recently turned on all my alerts maybe about 3 months ago, but it's really kind of dope because a lot of my favorite people on Twitch, it lets me know on my phone right away that, oh shit, so-and-so is streaming. That way I can catch their stream and we can, you know, get it in. So I appreciate it. I hope everybody had a good time, man. Shout out to DJ Vet, all the mods that came through, man. I can't do it without you guys, man. For real, for real. Oh, Cho, that's right, baby. I'm so sorry, homie. I'm so sorry. Listen, Cho. It better be funky. Better be funky, Playboy.
That's the word. Pretty sure I'll be seeing him soon. I bet that.
Trey, what's up, my brother? What's gonna happen, man, when I come home?
What's up?
Talking about it. Talking about it.
What's this?
We on. We on, man.
Once again, top of the world. Today is the day I get out on my feet, remove them chains, they shackled on me, press my luck, stop fucking with them hoe that cluck, cause them same motherfuckers the one that got me stuck, trying to use me up, till my tank on E, then leave me stranded, scrambling.
And on that note, man, this is a perfect song for us to go out on, man. Good looking out, Chode. You picked a good one, man. See you guys later on tonight, man. Thank you so much again. I appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure you hit that follow. I sound like a goddamn YouTuber, homie. Put your alerts on, and we'll see you again on the block, man. Good looking out, Chode. Good shit, baby. I feel you.
I'm in the hood still praying for a piece of faith. I know he on his way, I'm hoping he don't make it late. I'm up to bed, I just hope I make it to the plate. I'm Babe Truth, you can tell him I'm one of the greats. Used to shoot for the stars, now my aim lie. I'm the truth, nigga, something that your name not. 1,000 watts ain't a thing that I can't shine. It ain't a wrist or a chain that I can't grab. Tell him I'm on something like city lights. I used to be out they sights, tinted like city nights. Now a nigga be city to city on plenty flight. You can tell him I put on for my city and plenty fights. Tell him I ain't gon' lose, they heated like I'm a damn. I just throw him in this drop with no ceiling so I can fan him. Pull up on the bike, same color the phantom, and jump out of haters just to tell him I couldn't stand him. Yeah, I'm on top of my game, yo. The OG granddaddy Kush cocaine flow. I'm about that cash, not that tango. Headshots, dump a whole clip in your Kango. Claim to be a real nigga, we know you ain't though. I be in the hood, all the places you can't go. Visuals, you can see the pictures I paint, yo. Residuals, I just put it all in the bank, yo. It's pitiful. Hoes only after your bankroll. Stay up for the phone, watch out for the plain clothes. Yeah, I rap my set, I ain't in the gang, no. Not protect my neck, I carry the thing, yo. I'm on the same shit that the boss is on. Do it for those in the feds up north are gone. I'm on a winning streak, I done got my losses on. It's ironic, cause even when I'm off, I'm on. Yeah, I'm on. What? I'm about to cop the Porsche, eternally grateful for the support. Made the cover of the Source, flashback to the porch, the city of no remorse, where they shooting back and forth like they playing horse. Made a force, be with you, bullet hits you, you bleed, then I bleed with you. Mama please, when you grieve, damn I grieve with you. This a preview, I see you in the summer, my new shit dumber, I'm on.
Life at the bottom is devastating, you hardly ever debated. The party is obligated by suckers that wanna be you and never live in the matrix and never ever related to struggle and dedication. Your hustle was nominated, anonymous and you faded. The promises that a victory lap is surely awaited. They vomited every time that a rapper's annihilated. Just wish them happy belated. Fuck you, I made it, I'm on.
Tokyo to Amsterdam, Denver to LA. Minutes turn to hours and hours turn to pay. The days turn to nights, but the nights never change. It's funny how time is money used to be a turn of phrase, but now it's company policy. I'm no spokesperson, no tricks, no gimmicks, no coercion. And they say, Bob, man, it's good to have you back. But I say I have been here, where the fuck have y'all been at?
Think of how Pac lived at 22, that's 93. I was 4, now I'm 22. On tour, 1, 2 shots on my life, barely hold on. But I'm drawn to this feeling of adrenaline when mics on, lights on, and they gon' applaud. Young nigga Versace they never seen before, and they gon' watch me when the copy shit I got on. I'm too fly, I ain't got a flaw. Tell the Lord we above the law. God bless, amen, every lost soul. And the group so good. good when solo. Globe trotting, I'm blowing up like an afro. Nigga thought you knew what I do. Rolling through your area, double R cool. Penthouse level, now we only party on the roof. Bitch, I'm a rebel, so I move how I wanna move. Last king, YMCMB.
Used to run around the hood picking honeys up. Now I'm doing shows around the world picking money up. Used to be slept on like a pillow. Went from trapping in the rental to rapping on instrumentals. Now it's money in my mental and women get sentimental, huh? It's cause the flow is as sweet as a pack of Skittles now. Yellow gold, yellow diamonds in the middle now. Stand up nigga, I was never known to sit around.
Well, as the world spins around and round on his axis, boys flip from town to town with the package. Stuffing bills and pounds of browns in the mattress. Sending clowns underground for practice. The fact is, everybody wanna be the king with the crown, but never in the battle when the drama goes down. Easy to be the boss from behind the wall, but we gon' see who really down when it's time to brawl. Cause you gotta be careful about the image you portray. You gotta show love to where you're from all day, and when the going gets rough, don't get to go and get to stay and put it down for your people with no delay, know what I'm saying?